Woody's daughter going through pain, especially the daughter with the same name as my daughter. Oh my God, like it hit me like a ton of bricks. So I just wanted to say, man, you know, and I want to stay up to date. I want to find out that she gets out, everything's all right, and everything's going to be all right. But, you know, one of my first daughters was in the ICU. She had some like mucus in her lungs. She was born a couple weeks early, and we had to watch her just, you know, for like a couple days. Everything was okay. So, but newborn parents do, you know, and I hope it's not serious. But you never know. I don't know. So all I want to do is just pray for him and his family and hope that everything is okay. That's all. All right.
There's the move.
So they're either going to come get these longs real quick and boom us out, which they very well might. It's a very high-risk trade. I just want to make that really clear. All right.
We're thinking.
The 1 minute did reset pretty nicely without much of a drop, but it is an M pattern. I mean, that's an M pattern right there, right? Looks like it's going to be an easy short to the downside as I longed it, right? But we know that there's a lot of stops up here, too, that we could swing up and grab. I mean, it's either way. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't like to stare at my trades because that's usually not the best look. All right, let's go on to the weekly chart, and let's talk about why I was super, super bullish for Bitcoin. And again, as much as even making 10, 20 grand on a futures account is cool, I'm about making hundreds of thousands of dollars buying BTC spot at the right time, loading up, and changing my life. Like, that's my thing, man. But again, everyone has a strategy that they're comfortable with. Don't force people to make you do what they're doing. Find your happy place. Stay in your zone. Okay? So this weekly candle's looking like it's going to close absolutely beautifully in 3 days and 8 hours, but you never know. But this wick told the story. I mean, look at that. That told you there was people waiting on the sidelines with orders, whether it was algorithmic, whatever you want to call it. People jumped on in. It was also a beautiful fair value gap. Look at the fair value gap. Because that candle closed and that candle wicked. And look, it came right into the fair value gap. Like, you got, like, that also was the CME gap, right? So you had a fair value gap, you had a CME gap. Both things were really, really nice, okay? So look at that. And you came close to the 21-day moving average. Now, the only thing is this gap. Price doesn't like to be that far away for the 21 for too long. That's one thing that I do have to caution to everybody that no one else really is paying attention to, because it's something that I look at all the time. 5-day chart touched the 21 and got the bounce. I always teach this. I go over this on multiple time frames. All right. Up in the 1 minute and the 5 minute. Thanks, Sammy Cuppenheady. Mara up 14%. How is Phantom doing for yourself still in your portfolio? No, I don't own Phantom anymore. No, I do not. I've moved on from Phantom. Too many newer coins and newer ideas and newer projects. You know what I mean? Like TIA, you know, there's just so much other stuff out there. I'm not into Phantom right now, no. Amazing how that fair value cap was filled. You can even see it here on the 5-day chart. But beautiful move on the weekly for the FVG. Shout out to Master Friend holding it down, always teaching people what's going down, man. And the sauce, you know, when you teach people the right sauce, they can backtest what you find and know that you're just revealing things that were already mathematically, you know, they could have been mathematically aware, but someone has to point that out. It's impossible to know some of the things in trading on your own. It's just like, oh, I just started going to the 618 because, you know, I read a book on Fibonacci and figured that trading would be just like that. It's like, I don't know if there was any human being. I would love to know the first human being that threw a Fibonacci, but that guy was one of the smartest guys on the world. He was like, you know what? I'm going to put a Fibonacci on this and see what happens. I mean, what an intelligent being, right? That person was spot on. We also talked about this being a hidden bullish divergence. Remember? And I kept back. I said, you know, we got to backtest this theory because I never see it elongated, but that's a swing down. Well, that was a swing up. And it said that the trend would continue and we would break the high.
Pretty much
so far, it is playing out just like hidden bullish should.
On the 1 minute.
So that tells you the trend will continue to the upside. Very interesting times to be alive. Bitcoin at 45,320. Took a little bit dip down to that 290 area, but still, you know, we'll see what happens holding up. Bounce here of 38,648.
It started.
And you can see that the 3-day chart could be even getting, you know, we did not get above a resistance.
We have to maintain the level.
So here's the bearish scenario that I want to just put in your mind. And I'm so sorry to be bearish on such a beautiful day.
That's pretty much
when everything is great.
What did it get down to?
But I got to keep you prepared. Trading is like chess. If me and you were trading and I was your chess coach, I would tell you, how many scenarios do you think the guy could pull against us? And at the end of the day, I would be writing them down, and then I would ask you, okay, on 2 moves, how many moves did you see? You saw 3, and I said there was really 5. You missed 2 of them. Let's work on more of your projection. and I would try to help you project better, right? I'm doing the same thing here.
Wants to
We're
go
playing
up.
mental chess here when it comes to this trade, you know? This is still a reversal diamond.
Right.
I
15
remember when I
seconds
kept
till we find out
saying
what's
I
gonna go
respect the
down.
reversal diamond. I expect this even if we're bearish.
Got my little clock
I said I
down here.
really expect this to pump to the top of the diamond.
So I get to tell when the minute ends.
Hit this diagonal trend line.
Boom. And I'll start over here.
We could just be making a giant falling wedge here, and we could come all the way back down
New minute starts.
and crush
Get a
these
rip.
longs and come to the 200 on the daily. Get a move here. Maybe make
I
this
would
a
throw some more
giant
coin
inverted
in
head
right
and
now
shoulder
if I
and
had
move on out.
My bank account.
You must be open-minded to the fact that this is possible. If you're not, then you're not ready. You cannot be all bullish all the time. You have to be open-minded, especially when things are bullish. You have to be able to see both scenarios. You cannot be blind. I used to be, it's only bullish and I have to be bullish. Then when the trades didn't go well, I was devastated mentally, emotionally. I thought I was right. I had it all down. You know, now I'm never right. I don't know what's happening. So when I lose the trade, it has nothing to do with me. I took a probability. The probability didn't play out that time. Oh well, I move on. I don't attach myself emotionally to the actual result of the trade. It has nothing to do with me. You get it?
That was weird.
Maybe I assessed the probability slightly wrong. Maybe I was overzealous on an indicator that, you know, that's possible, but from at the end of the day, at least I'm not using 100% emotion. Now the trade even still has more room to go to the upside, even if it is a diamond. It could even continue up into this level. To me, we're not out the woods yet till we break through the high here at 46.9 and even the high there at that high at 48.50. So, like, yes, we've held a beautiful weekly support.
It's
Yes,
tweaking
things are
out.
looking
It's making
good.
my life
But I
tweak
mean,
out.
that's a high, that's a low, and that would still be a lower high, wouldn't it? And aren't we really overbought on the stochastics and the daily?
All right. No.
Now, we don't want to see is a hidden